From big events to intimate dining, choose the award-winning boutique hotel and events venue, the Thomas Paine Hotel. Enjoy delicious food, including dishes using local produce from local farmers. Join us for a premium champagne or cocktail, or a sweet afternoon treat. Whatever you're celebrating, celebrate with us. For your next event, contact the Thomas Paine Hotel, Thetford.
Bullard's Coastal Gin is inspired by the Norfolk coast, where pine forests meet marshlands and vast sandy shores. Savour the delicate saltiness, vibrant citrus flavours and hand-foraged herbaceous botanicals. Award-winning sustainability and luxury. Flame-distilled, handcrafted and hand-bottled. Our beautiful bottles for life are designed to be reused with our recyclable eco-refill pouches. Visit bullardspirits.co.uk.
Welcome to Madison and Mayfair Homeware, where New York style and London luxury meet to create the home of interior excellence. Discover our seasonal ranges, bursting with luxury items for your home. From the kitchen to the living room and the bathroom to the lounge, we've hundreds of beautiful items to brighten your living space, business or home office. Visit madisonandmayfair.com today and discover the home of interior excellence.
Some talking points. Did you know that Simply Factoring Brokers have helped us get finance to pay off all our outstanding invoices? Now this has significantly improved our cash flow.
He's doing it again, look.
Yeah, third time this week.
Still, he is not wrong. Considering our options was a complete minefield, Simply Factoring has made it both easy and transparent.
I knew this was going to happen. It's a factoring service that's so good, it makes you want to break the fourth wall.
With a whopping 2-year warranty, I feel like part of the family.
With over 300 cars in stock, finding a reliable motor for me and Bruce was easy.
All brands, all styles, smart for choice.
1 year of roadside assistance, great for an adventurer like me.
Reserve online and it's delivered to your doorstep. It's the future.
For the young at heart, all this and a 116-point check on all cars.
The Car Warehouse, Bridgend and Swansea. Buy with confidence.
Bruce!
February 2025, the pitch is set for an epic clash. Italy versus Wales in the Six Nations at Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Score a winning deal. 2 nights hotel and match tickets starting at just £199 per person. Or elevate your game with our 3-night package. Hotel match tickets plus direct charter flights from Cardiff, all from £799 per person. Book your Six Nations adventure now. Visit worldchoicesports.co.uk or book through your local travel agent.
Mark Dolan tonight is your weekend dose of news, debate and entertainment.
This sounds like a wild conspiracy theory.
Don't miss My Big Opinion, Mark Meets and My Take at 10.
Democracy is a funny old thing.
And we don't do boring, not on my watch. I just won't have it.
Let's go and get another glass of that bubbly. You've earned it.
That's Mark Dolan tonight, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 11, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Welcome to State of the Nation, daily plunge into the stories shaping our country. I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg, and Monday to Thursday we bring you the insights, the facts, the truth about how our country is being governed. Because what happens in Downing Street matters down your street. Tune in to State of the Nation every Monday to Thursday, 8 to 9 o'clock. Only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Join me, Camilla Tominey, for a frank and honest discussion with those in power that cuts through the spin and gets to the heart of the issues shaping our nation.
You haven't confirmed that you want to stand as leader, but you haven't ruled it out either.
This report basically says that he's not fit to stand trial. Is he indecisive? Incompetent? I deliver the dose of reality Westminster needs. That's the Camilla Tominey Show at 9:30 every Sunday on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
Mark Dolan tonight is your weekend dose of news, debate and entertainment.
This sounds like a wild conspiracy theory.
Don't miss My Big Opinion, Mark Meets and My Take at 10.
Democracy is a funny old thing.
And we don't do boring, not on my watch. I just won't have it.
Let's go and get another glass of that bubbly. You've earned it.
That's Mark Dolan tonight, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 11, only on GB News, the People's Channel, Britain's news channel.
I've come to Withell in the West Midlands to find one of the Bletchley girls I wrote about 10 years ago. A decade on, and Betty Webb, aged 101, is still flourishing, and her story is amazing. From going to Hitler's Germany before the war, to being selected for work in the mansion in Bletchley Park, till finally, in 1945, she went to the Pentagon in America. Before most people, you have an inside track of what's going on in Germany, don't you? Because as a pen friend, a teenage girl, you go over on an exchange to Germany in 1937.
That's right.
What did you see? What was it like at the time?
I was in Germany for about 3 months, living with a German family, and there were two daughters, and I went to school with them.
And what's your memory of that time?
Well, it's fairly clear and fairly pleasant. The only thing that was a little bit disturbing was the fact that quite obviously a lot of the local middle-aged people were very concerned about Hitler. In the school, they were all expected to say Heil Hitler, and the older generation didn't like that.
Didn't one of the daughters have to go to some youth club?
Well, both the daughters did, but they never talked about what they'd been doing.
Was this the Hitler Youth?
This was the Hitler Youth, yes.
And I recall that you went to their school and you refused to put your hand up, or?
Well, I sort of did a vague wave because I felt I ought to comply with what was going on. But at the same time, I was too young to understand what it was all about. I was only 14.
And extraordinary to think that within a matter of years, you're going to be at war, your country at war with their country, these former friends of yours.
Well, it was a situation I had no control over, but it was quite, sad in a way, I suppose, because I never communicated with them again. There was no way I could.
Before conscription's introduced for women in Britain, you've signed up, you've joined the ATS, this female army, and from there, you are selected for Bletchley Park. How did that happen?
After basic training, we were asked what we would like to do. I just put in my notes that I spoke German, and I think that was what prompted the powers that be to send me to an interview in London, which was in German, actually. And at the end of the day, the major in the intelligence corps, I think he was, he said, "Here you are, get yourself to Bletchley." Gave me a rail wand.
And tell me about that now very famous mansion, working in it in your late teens. Did you have any idea of the importance of what you were doing in the organisation?
No, absolutely not, because we were all obliged to sign the Official Secrets Act. And from then on until 1975,
It's a long time.
It's a long time, and I didn't. None of us were able to talk about anything, and so all I knew about was the office that I was working in the mansion, with a Major Tester who was a German specialist.
At the end of your Bletchley experience, there's a whole new adventure for Betty Webb, isn't there?
Because absolutely, yes.
You're selected to go to America.
That's right, yes. I was privileged to be sent to Washington, D.C., and work in the Pentagon.
To begin with your data inputting, but quite quickly they recognise you've got certain skills and you are selected to paraphrase messages in the Pacific War. I think we've got here an example of what you were actually doing, how you were paraphrasing. If I give it to you, perhaps you could explain it to us.
Well, say a message read, "Kohima will be bombed at 0800 hours on July the 12th, and troops will follow from Mike Tiller to take over the town." The paraphrase might be, "It is rumoured that on the 12th of July, Kohima will be attacked from the east."
In other words, you are taking the meaning of the message, but using different words to disguise the fact that you've cracked the codes and worked out what they're saying to each other.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Yes.
I think you were the first female ATS woman, in other words, first British female army member who worked in the Pentagon?
I believe so, yes. There were other British people there, but no women. I was the only woman.
Extraordinary. Betty, I wonder if you could explain, as a staggering 101, what it means to you to remember and to be seen and to be remembered yourself for your service.
Well, I'm just beginning to realise that it was a tremendous honour and something I'm proud of. There were many years when I never gave it a second thought, funnily enough. But now, especially this last year or two, I've been made much more aware of the fact that I made a small part in it, took a small part in it.
You've had the most remarkable life, Betty. You've been awarded a Légion d'honneur and you've been given an MBE and you're 101, if we're allowed to say that, and you went to the coronation. Have I missed anything out?
Well, looking back over my life, I think I've been extremely privileged.
And we should mention, you have written not one but two books. This is your second book, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Amazing. No more secrets. People will be longing to know, what is your secret? How are you so extraordinarily well at 101 and so vital, so on it?
Well, that's very kind. I don't really know, except many members of my family have lived to be over 100. It's just fortunate that I'm in a family that does live a long, good life.
Yeah, I don't believe it's only fortunate. I also happen to think you make your own luck. And I've got to say, you've also been the most remarkable friend.
Thank you.
Worth remembering at this point that India in the First World War lost 70,000 dead, and in World War II, 87,000 dead. Australia lost 60,000 in the First World War and 40,000 in the Second. Canada, 67,000 dead in the First World War, 42,000 in the Second. And New Zealand, 17,000 dead in the First World War, and 12,000 dead in the Second. 7,000 South Africans were killed in World War I and 11,000 in the Second World War.